There are moments in life when every step feels heavy and every direction looks uncertain. Yet deep within your heart, a quiet strength keeps rising again and again. That strength is not an accident. It is not simply emotion. It is the unseen hand of God lifting you when no one else can. When the world tries to drown your faith, God pushes you above the waves. When your mind fills with fear, God whispers courage into your spirit. This message will open your eyes to the signs you have been ignoring and help you recognize that God has been fighting for you, guiding you, and shaping you every single moment. These signs will challenge you and awaken your heart, because when God helps you, it is impossible to remain the same. When God begins to help you, the first thing He often does is remove the wrong people from your life. And at first, this feels confusing and painful. You look around and wonder why certain voices are fading and certain friendships are falling apart. It feels like loss, but in reality it is protection, because God sees the intentions you cannot see. He hears conversations you were never meant to hear. He knows the direction of every heart around you long before you discover it. So when He starts separating you from certain people, it is not rejection, but rescue. There are moments when God shuts doors you kept trying to force open, because He knows what is waiting behind them. You might feel abandoned, but God is actually guarding your calling from the influence of people who would weaken your faith. Sometimes He will isolate you so that you can finally hear His voice without interruption. Sometimes He will make you uncomfortable in the places you once enjoyed, so that you no longer settle for less than what He designed for you. Every separation becomes a shaping tool, and every removed person becomes a new space for someone God has chosen for your journey. His hand is working even when His silence feels heavy. As God removes the wrong people, He also begins to reveal the right people who strengthen your spirit and challenge your character. These are the people who push you toward discipline and truth, and never allow you to drift away from your purpose. God surrounds you with voices that speak life and removes voices that drain your strength. This shift may feel sudden, but it is perfectly timed by God, who protects what He plans to use. Trust His wisdom, even when you do not understand His process. God is clearing your path because He is preparing your future. When God begins to help you, He often strengthens your character through struggles that feel heavier than anything you have carried before. You wonder why life suddenly becomes difficult when you are trying to walk in the right direction. You question why the pressure increases when your intentions are pure. What you must understand is that God does not prepare warriors in comfort. He prepares them in fire. Every hardship becomes a classroom where your faith learns to stand firm. Every challenge becomes a tool that shapes your endurance and deepens your reliance on Him. There are moments when you pray for strength, and instead God sends situations that require strength. You ask for courage, and God places you in battles that demand courage. It feels unfair, but it is divine training. God knows the weight of the calling He placed on your life, and He knows the size of the character required to carry it. So He allows pressure not to destroy you, but to build you. He lets certain things shake you so that your foundation becomes unbreakable. He lets certain battles come close so that your trust becomes unshakable. Nothing you face is wasted, and nothing you suffer is ignored. As God strengthens your character, you start to notice changes within yourself that you did not see before. You become more patient with the process and more confident in His promises. You begin to understand that His discipline is love and His challenges are preparation. The strength you are gaining now is preparing you for the victories waiting ahead. The maturity that feels slow is shaping you for doors that will not open until you are ready. So do not fear the weight of your struggle, because God is using every moment to lift you higher and guide you deeper into your purpose. There is a moment in every believer's journey when the storm rises higher than their strength, and yet an unexplainable peace settles over their heart. This peace does not come from the world, and it does not come from your own ability. It is the quiet assurance that God is standing with you, even when everything around you is shaking. You should have been overwhelmed, but you are still standing. You should have collapsed under the pressure, but something within you refuses to break. That something is the presence of God holding you steady while the storm rages. There are seasons when your mind battles fear and uncertainty, yet your spirit remains calm without any logical reason. That calm is a sign that God is working behind the scenes. You pray with tears, but still feel strength rising within you. You face situations that once terrified you, but now your heart is anchored in trust. This peace is not weakness, but divine protection. It guards your emotions when the enemy tries to drown you in anxiety. It keeps you focused when chaos tries to pull you away from your purpose. It reminds you that God is closer than the danger surrounding you. As this unexplainable peace grows, you begin to realize that storms do not decide your future because God commands the final outcome. You learn that the presence of trouble does not mean the absence of God. You start to see that every storm carries a message that God is shaping you through what was sent to break you. This peace whispers that no weapon formed against you will succeed as long as you remain under His covering. It tells you that the battle is heavy, but victory is certain. So trust the peace God places in your heart, because it is the clearest sign that He is fighting the storm for you. In the end, every sign God places in your life is meant to draw you closer to His purpose and strengthen your faith in His plan. He removes the wrong people to protect you. He shapes your character through trials to prepare you. He gives you peace in the storm to remind you that He is always fighting for you. Nothing He allows is meaningless, and nothing He takes away is without purpose. Trust the hand that guides you even when the path feels unclear. God is helping you more than you realize, and His guidance will never fail you.